Hello and welcome everyone to this week's COT review. I'm Thomas from COTbase.com. Today we're going to have a look at the third report of this year. And of course, as usual, we're going to start off with the changes in commercials positions. So here we go. As you can see, we've got the New Zealand dollar on top of our list with a 17% change in commercials positions. You can see the change size over here being much larger than average. We do see greater changes in the past. As you can see on the chart, the last change that was similarly large was back over here, and by the time we saw it, it was actually a good signal. You can see how well price reacted after this bit of a decline on that day. We could see prices move back upwards. So again, this is a bullish COT change signal. Large speculators have gone down to net short territories. They've changed their positions a bit larger than average as well, 15%. Let's move on and have a look at the 5-year chart and see how extreme this market is becoming, or has become. You can see that we are more or less in between the two extremes, a bit closer to bullish extreme levels. The last major COT extreme signal was a bullish one, coming a bit early. As you can see, prices could go deeper, but eventually the extreme took its effect and prices have gone higher. Now we've seen in the past few weeks a bit of a decline, but we couldn't go below the last low in the market. So I think this COT extreme signal, the bullish one that I'm showing to you right now, is still in effect. That's something that we should keep in mind. Moving on to the next market, platinum, where we have a 15% change in commercials positions. You can see the change size over here being a bit larger than average, but nothing too unusual. Of course, it's a bullish COT change signal. Let's move on to the 5-year chart and see how extreme this market is becoming. And you can see on the chart I'm showing you on the cursor that we are definitely closer to bullish extreme levels. But as you may see in the past year and a half, these COT extreme signals were unable to really stop the decline that is in platinum right now. So of course this is a warning sign. Even though we have this bit bullish COT extreme picture, I think we should be cautious with any trades in platinum right now. Nevertheless, it's there. We have a bullish COT change signal, although COT extreme is of course more bullish. So I'd say, obviously, if the rest of your analysis proves that it's the time, then of course you can say that, well, the COT report is also supporting the long trade. But moving on to the orange juice market, we have a 14% change in commercials positions, 12 in large speculators and 21 in small speculators. All these changes, of course, are larger than average, but as you may see, we do see greater changes pretty often in orange juice market. These changes, as you can see, I'm pointing to you one that is very special, are sometimes very effective. Last week we had a similarly large change without any effect. So of course there are opposite examples as well, when the COT change signal is there, but we don't see any reaction from price. 5-year chart, let's have a look at the COT extreme. You can see that the last major extreme was bullish. It was an effective signal pushing prices higher, but then we saw prices go back down into lower territories. Then we've received another larger COT extreme, a close one to the previous COT extreme, and it pushed prices back up again. Now we see prices going and tumbling down again. So of course we may expect the COT report to change accordingly, which of course would mean that commercials would go back to net long territories, somewhere in between 5 and 10,000 contracts. Possibly would push or end the decline and give us a good opportunity to go along. Moving on to large speculators, COT extreme. We've still got copper on top of the list with an all-time COT extreme in large speculators. Let's open the 5-year chart so to see everything on a wider perspective. Here we go. We've got commercials also very close to all-time levels, but here we have the large speculators all-time COT extreme. It's of course an unquestionable large COT extreme signal, bullish one. Small speculators are not that pessimistic, so that would be an even greater picture. As you can see back over here in the beginning of 2015, we had a Similarly large COT Extreme and large speculators and commercials, but we had small speculators being extremely pessimistic about the market. That's not the case right now, and as you saw in platinum, the extreme can of course widen even more, but nevertheless it's a bullish extreme, it's a bullish picture, and of course you may take that into consideration when analyzing copper. Soybean Meal is our next market with a 571 report extreme and large speculators. Let's open the chart. Here you go. On this 5-year chart, of course, you can't even see the last, that 571 report ago point in time. So it's a huge extreme. The last major or extreme that was similarly large was back over here, the end of 2011, and that was a fabulous signal for us in the market. That's not the case, or absolutely the same right now, because small speculators are net long right at the moment. Back then they were net short. It was a really great signal, but it's still a very large bullish extreme, and of course prices are down, so it's something that could help us in deciding what to do with soybean meal. And the Japanese yen, last but not least, the Japanese yen. Here we go. We have a 205 report extreme in large speculators. You can see that that was the case roughly over here. And of course, this picture is definitely, on this 5-year chart, is more bearish than bullish right now. We were in bullish extreme levels for quite some time. Prices could not really go higher, and now we see the COT report giving us a more bearish picture in the Japanese yen. The small speculators are net long, so they have became pretty optimistic, as you can see on this 5-year chart. That is also a more bearish sign in the market. Okay, that is going to be all for this review. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next week. Have a great weekend. Take care. Goodbye.